Hello, my dear children. How are you all? I'm hoping that you all are fine. So, welcome back to your social studies class. Let's do chapter number 7, Our Soils, concept number 1, as we have done in the live classes. So, on the title slide, you all can see different types of soils. Let's move further and let's discuss about the formation of soil. Children, I have already told you the whole concept of formation of soil. Let us revise it quickly. So, the first question which should come to your mind should be, where does soil come from? Nature makes little rocks out of big rocks until the particle grains are, grain sized. So, as you can see in the picture, also, there are larger rocks and they are just transferred into smaller rocks till the time that they are grain sized. Now, let's move further and let's see this picture. This formation of soil, children, is actually telling us a process named as weathering. I told you in your class 4th SST book, weathering is not given. Okay, the definition of weathering is not given. You will be studying about weathering in geography in classes 6th and 7th. And if you want a reference, you can always take your science book as a reference to understand what is weathering. Let's revise whatever we have actually studied in the live class. So, weathering is the breaking down of rocks, soil, and minerals, as well as wood and artificial materials through contact with the Earth's atmosphere, waters, and biological organisms. Please, children, learn this definition. And as you can see in the picture, also, it is very clearly given that there is a parent material, and that parent material is further break down into smaller particles, okay, with the inclusion of wind, rain, hail, ice, heat, cold. As you can see, there is weathering going on. There is this blue arrow. Can you see in the picture, children? So, because of their inclusion, the parent material, the full larger rock, is break down into smaller rocks. Okay, and this process is known as weathering. Let's move further and let us discuss how is soil formed. So, children, soil is formed when large rocks break into smaller pieces. These smaller pieces further break down into sand and silt. I have already told you what is silt. We have read this in chapter number 3, the northern and the coastal plains. What is silt? Fine mud carried by the running water is known as silt. Now, this sand and silt is carried to different places by running water and wind. All this, however, is a very slow process. It doesn't take children 1 or 2 years. It takes thousands of years to form a very thin layer of soil. Let's move further and let's discuss about soil fertility. Now, the importance of soil lies in its fertility. Children, we discussed in the live class what is fertility. So you all came up with many, answers. Fertility is the word which actually tells us that somebody, something which is actually capable to give birth, to provide life to another organisms. It can be in the form of plants, it can be in the form of soil, it can be in the form of human beings, because mothers also give birth to children. Okay, so don't forget what is fertility. Now, the second point, farmers add manure and fertilizer to soil to make it more fertile. Now, I asked you what is manure. You all came up with an answer that, ma'am, in Hindi it is known as khad. Now, what is manure? Waste matter of animals, or you can also say vegetable peels, etc., that is mixed with soil. And why it is mixed with soil? Because to make it more fertile. As a result, you all know a fertile soil always produces more crops. Okay, let's move further. Now, there is a fact wise given on page number 51, children. That is a very, very important fact wise. Earthworms are also called friends of farmers. Now, why are they known as friends of farmers? Because they convert dead leaves and plants remains into rich natural fertilizer. We have had a very big discussion that whether farmers are actually, adding only natural fertilizers, or whether they are adding some artificial fertilizer also. So you all also told me that, ma'am, always every elder is advising us that please wash fruits and wash vegetables, then only eat it. Okay, why? Because farmers add artificial fertilizers also. So these earthworms make this particular plant into rich natural fertilizer by burrowing into the soil. They make it loose. Okay, they make the soil loose, thus allowing air to enter the soil. This makes the soil more fertile and good to grow crops. This is the reason why earthworms are called friends of farmers. As you can see in the pictures also, there are these are the earthworms pictures. Now, let us answer, how is soil formed? You should know this answer. Okay, you have to do this in your notebooks. How is soil formed? This is question number 1 given in your book on page number 55. And children, please try to find out the answer. You don't have to do this in notebook right now, but you have to find out the answer for why earthworms are also called friends of farmers. Okay, can you tell why? What is the reason? That is the thing. Okay, now, thank you. See you soon with the another concept. Please keep revising. Okay, bye bye.